So my fridge kept making noise on and off while I was recording this video, so that's what you hear in the background sometimes. Yay! On to the spiel. I have learned more about makeup in the past few months than I ever thought possible. Aside from the occasional dance recital and maybe Halloween, getting dolled up wasn't really a thing for me as a kid. And even then, my selection was limited to what was required for the costume. I think I was accidentally conditioned to believe makeup was only for special occasions, and as a result of this unintentional Pavlovian escapade, I had little to no desire to incorporate it into my daily routine. My friends were not raised in this oopsie social experiment, which led to many an unsolicited advice regarding an everyday look on their part, and much frustration on mine. That's not to say painting your face is inherently bad. If it makes you happy, and you're not hurting anyone, go for it. I was more concerned about feeling pushed into a box rather than bashing people for their interests. But this aversion to cosmetics didn't last forever. By the end of middle school, my peers were knee-deep in their scene and emo phases. Being a moody adolescent, I too wished to explore the world of broody mannerisms and questionable fashion choices. So I decided to incorporate as much of this mentality as I could into my daily life. Which wasn't a lot. At this point, I was allowed to wear makeup every day, but the looks I wanted to emulate didn't align with the parameters I was given. Listening to music by angry screaming men, and constantly dressing like I'm on my way to a funeral was fine, but heavy eyeshadow and bleaching my hair was a no-go. Not sure why that was the line drawn in the sand, but alright. And so, I find another box. Instead of being pushed in, it was created around me. Unlike the previous box, there wasn't much I could do to get out of it, so I had to settle for wearing a thick layer of brown eyeliner and convincing myself I looked like a werewolf. However, I was able to snag enough makeup for a basic emo look via Christmas presents. I wore it every day for as long as I could, receiving compliments from my peers and striking fear in the hearts of a handful of teachers. It was fun. Eventually, I ran out of makeup, and the same kids who said I looked good with it were now saying I looked good without it. While I take that as a compliment today, back then I didn't understand the point of makeup if the general consensus was the same whether I wore it or not. And this thought process stopped me from wearing it for a long time. Although I abided by said thought process for years, it did nothing to quell my mind's dialogue. I'm not sure if it's genuinely who I am, or just my inner angsty teen wanting to be fully realized, but there was always something inside pulling me towards a non-traditional makeover. So I started wearing makeup again. For the first time, I'm not seeing it as something to be reserved, or a nuisance from the people around me, or a necessity for praise. There are no more boxes, no more expectations I need to meet. I can just do what I want. And that's pretty cool. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you liked it, share it with a friend and spread the joy. If you didn't like it, share it with a friend so you guys can hate me together. Because misery loves company.